I want to welcome you back. I'm Harvey Blankfeld, and you're listening to Las Vegas Real Estate Now on AM 720 KDWN. We're here every Saturday at 11 a.m., and with us in studio, we have Steve Schauer from New American Funding, and we've been talking about this wonderful new program where you can do a conventional loan at 3% down. The interesting thing is we were kind of talking off air just a moment ago about the PMI on this, and I was asking Steve about how is it. He said, no, it's very reasonable. But one of the best things about it is that you can actually make it go away, like you said.
Yeah, that's always been a big factor with everybody saying they don't want the private mortgage insurance, which I completely understand that people say I don't want that.
Right.
Options, we can put 20% down and get rid of the PMI. However, that could take a long time to save, and we want to gain that equity now.
Right.
Get the PMI now, and then you can petition on a conventional loan to get rid of PMI, and we do it all the time, by the way. It's not like you say, well, we think we can get rid of it. No, we have actual guidelines that say, here's how you get rid of your private mortgage insurance.
The point that I think is so important about this 3% down is that we've had buyers say, I can't buy, I don't have 10%,
right,
which is kind of what is in everybody's head right now anyway. And so I can't buy that $400,000 house, which would be $40,000. But 3%, $12,000, I've actually saved that. I can buy. Yeah. And I think the general public doesn't know that has changed.
And the good news about that also is there's some down payment assistance programs still available that will also join with this and help with that down payment with the 3% down.
So what do you have to do for down payment assistance?
A couple little guidelines on there and saying a couple income restrictions, which are very high, $95,500, and have a
So if you make less than $95,000, you qualify?
Correct.
Outstanding.
Correct. Up to a $400,000 purchase price, and
wow,
you can get 4% grant, which is $16,000
for
for the down payment.
Do you have to pay that back?
You do not have to pay that back. As long as the house is an owner-occupied property, you have to keep it. It has to be owner-occupied. There's no repayment on that grant.
And this is all part of the settlement as a result of those issues we had before.
Correct.
Yeah, the state's providing this as a part of that settlement.
Correct.
Outstanding. No, I love that.
Great options.
Yeah, so and this is a wonderful thing for our listeners because I know there's people out there who, like you said, Shelley, they just don't know. They don't know what opportunities they may have. And there's also people, we've talked about this before, who are scared. They're frightened. The recent tumult we had in the real estate market scared a lot of people away. They're like, look, you know what? I'm just going to rent. I don't want to,
Right.
But you got to really think about this. The tax advantages are still there. And the fact that you own versus rent is so much better for you. It's still, to me, it's still the American dream. It was a bit of a nightmare for a while, but now it's right back to where it's supposed to be.
Right, it is. And with the mortgage guidelines, the way they've tightened a little bit on that, we're qualifying well, and we're good mortgages nowadays. We won't see that happen where anybody can just buy.
Yeah, it's not fog a mirror, get a loan anymore.
There's no stated income. I tell you I make $500,000 a year and you believe me.
There's not anymore.
Yes, thank goodness for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's where we got in trouble. People were saying, I make all this money, but they were getting 8 loans at a time.
Correct. Correct.
And they were doing them all simultaneously at some point. I think that the fact that we can get the down payment assistance through the state, the fact you can go to $417,000 on this conventional loan, opens up doors for so many people, and I want them to reach out to us. I think it's really important. And you might just want to reach out just with a question, guys. Call with a question or email or text us with a question, because this is what we're here for. This is to open up your eyes to see these opportunities. And interest rates, we're not going to quote a rate to you right now, obviously, but interest rates are very, very good.
Very good. They're within 30-year lows right now on interest rates, and it's a good time of the year to start planning this as well, because not only are we looking for somebody to close or to qualify immediately, this may take them. We may say, you know what, you can buy in 4 or 5 months from now. Let's plan this. Tax time coming up, maybe you do less deductions, maybe you pay with your tax money this off of your debt, and we help qualify, so it's a planning process on there.
In case you just joined us, you're listening to News Talk 720, KDWN. This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now, and we're here every Saturdays now, guys, at 11 a.m. I'm your host, Harvey Blankfeld, along with my partner, Shelley Brown, and we have Steve Schauer here in the studio, and we're talking about these new loan programs where you can get a $400,000 house with 3% down. Shelley, I know you were going to ask Steve another question.
Well, I do think there is some sense of urgency because the down payment assistance program, is that going to last forever?
It's not. However, we do hear there's a lot of funds available. They'll never say how much exactly.
Okay.
And you're correct, though. It's not going to last forever. I think it's a great time to look at that and see. I think we have a little bit of time, but not much left.
They can run out of money.
They can run out of money. Correct.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if you're a buyer and you're thinking about buying, the things you want to consider, some of the things you want to consider are interest rate. Interest rates are phenomenal. price of the home. Prices are still, 40% below that peak that we saw. And someday they will get back there. It might take another 10 or 15 years. We don't know. We're all throwing darts here. We don't really know for sure. But at some point they will get back to those bigger numbers. But right now, prices are still very good and very affordable. There's actually still investors right now in this market buying property because of the pricing. But the interest rates, those are the two factors you consider. So if you're transitioning yourself from a rental to become an owner, if you're currently renting and you want to be an owner, this is actually a great time for that. Because of these programs
with
in place.
the programs, with the rates, it's a great time.
Yeah.
Great time of the year.
Also, it's a great time of year just for eating.
It is. It totally is.
Eating and for drinking. And we had our party last week, and we had a great time.
Great time.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a radio show party.
We did.
And the CEO came from San Diego, Ron
Yep.
Quintero.
Yep.
And we ate, drank, and got really merry.
Yeah, we were all very happy. Very responsible, but very, very happy. Yeah, Ron came in. It was kind of nice because he came in a little early, and he helped me cook. He wanted to cook with me, so it was kind of cool. So we spent the day prepping and chopping and drinking wine. So I was already pretty happy before you guys even got there, actually. I had a few glasses in me before you guys got there.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy. He grew up in the foster care system, and he's a hugely successful guy and just great fun to talk to.
Yeah, he is. He's a good guy, smart guy. He runs this network, and they're in like 60 markets across the country right now. And they do this, what we're doing right here with you guys, they do this in those other markets where they have the local real estate agents, the local lenders talking about things in their market because no two markets are alike.
Right.
Real estate is local, and we talk about that all the time. Steve, we talked before, your child's in band over at Foothills, and I got to see on TV on the Macy's Day Parade. I said, I was telling Steve before, I only saw 20 minutes of the parade, but I saw Foothills.
You saw Foothills?
I saw them.
Nice.
It was so cool.
And it was what an experience for these kids going all to Macy's, marching in the parade. Beautiful day.
Yeah.
4 million people just there along the streets. Crazy for them. It was a great experience for them.
Yeah.
And Shelley, I don't know if you knew, only 6 bands in that parade.
That's all they ever have in the
Only
I know. I
6
knew
bands.
it was really hard to get into.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Yeah.
How proud should we be of
And
Foothills?
they're just a
tremendous.
great, and not only just marching parade, they had a whole experience while they were there. That they had tours and trips planned and seeing Broadway shows with this whole school. They did a very phenomenal job at it
Yeah, 300 kids.
with 300 kids.
Wow.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'd like to be the chaperone for that one, Shelley.
Oh my God. In New York City, no less.
Yeah, there you go.
know?
New York City, yeah.
Well, did you put them on the subway and count them?
They were actually not. Quite honestly, they had a geographical area they had to stay within, and they were not allowed to go on the subways.
Yeah, because you could
there
definitely
you
get
go.
lost
By
in
the
the New
kids,
York
yeah.
City subway.
Yeah,
Major.
one wrong turn and you're
I ended up in
you're in the
Harlem
Bronx.
Yeah, exactly. That could happen. So they had to stay within a certain spot while with the group. Correct.
Yeah.
But
It was
Thanksgiving in New York must have been pretty special.
It was incredible with there. The window decorations, the shopping. Of course, my wife and daughter loved the shopping, of course,
Yeah.
right?
Shopping in New York at Christmas
shopping in New
time.
York City,
Rockefeller
yes.
Center.
Rockefeller Center
Yeah, it's beautiful.
and the ice skating and all the stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's just a great place.
Great experience for
Good-
you
good
and the
experience.
kids. Outstanding.
Wonderful.
Well, Steve, thanks so much for coming on again. I want to remind our listeners once again to go ahead and text me the word loan. And text it to 702-203-1165. Again, that's 702-203-1165. Text the word loan to me. I'm going to put you in touch with Steve, and he's going to help you to maybe get this 3% loan program up and running. And then, of course, if you are a buyer and you don't have a real estate agent, we'd certainly be happy to help you find that home once you get pre-approved. We'll do that. But if you have a trusted professional, like I always say, we respect that loyalty that you might have to that professional. But certainly, if you don't have anybody, we're there too. And we'd love to put you in touch with Steve. And maybe you could be a homeowner come Valentine's Day. Wouldn't that be a cool thing to do? Have
great.
somebody in their home by
Great time.
Valentine's Day. It's a great time. Hey, Steve, again, thanks once again.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me here.
Guys, stick around. We're going to be back in just a few moments with David Boyer.